Georgia narrowly missed defeat against Kentucky. They have the longest regular season winning streak at 42 games since Oklahoma from 1953 to 57, which had a 45-game streaks. Should they still be the favorite at plus 325 to win the national championship after this close call? Emory, we'll start with you.
I don't think so, because we saw some kinks in the armor last week versus Kentucky, and I felt this way all season about Georgia. The biggest question for me is their passing game, i.e. their quarterback, Carson Beck. I know he does a great job of fitting in, but at times, like last week, you're going to need your QB to play above the X's and O's. I don't believe he has that capability. I think he can manage a game rather well, and that's okay. But if we're talking about a team to bet on looking forward, it has to be Texas, in my opinion, because they have the quarterback that can play above the X's and O's. We've seen him perform well in big games, and we know they are able to match up on the O-line and D-line like a Georgia can. So because they have the difference maker at quarterback, I lean more toward Texas than UGA.
Well, I was thinking about this, who should be the favorite? And I'm going to be going with that team that was next on the list right there, the Ohio State Buckeyes, because should be the favorite to me comes down to your talent level and your schedule. And Ohio State has one of the most talented rosters in the country, and they've got a schedule that's manageable. Now, have they played anybody that tells us anything about whether they can win a national championship going to compete against the other best teams in the country? No. We can't tell that yet, and we won't be able to tell it this week after Marshall. But what I do know is that they are loaded with talent, and they've got the schedule to get there. So I think the Buckeyes should be the favorite.
I'm right there with you guys. It's definitely Texas or Ohio State. I'm going to give it to Texas here, though. I think they've got the more complete team, and it's really not just this season. It is dating back to last season. When you look at what they did down the stretch, on the road at Iowa State, big win, blew out Texas Tech, blew out Oklahoma State, had that close loss in the Sugar Bowl to Washington, or else we would have been talking about them in the national title game. Fast forward to this year, crushed Colorado State, a game they definitely were going to win, but Colorado State has been frisky at times. Crushed Michigan, took care of business against UTSA. I personally think that Texas is the most complete team until someone knocks them off and really gives them a game. They haven't played a competitive game outside of that Sugar Bowl in a long time.
Yeah, I think you guys are spot on with this one. I'm just going to weigh in. I think Ohio State is the best team in the country. I'd put Georgia number 2, Texas number 3. Just my personal rankings.